Hey guys, welcome back to another video.
When will I get to do the intro?
Okay, go ahead.
Hello world, welcome back to this idiot's channel.
Okay, you're done. I hope you guys had an amazing week. We had a repair and maintenance filled week, which means a ton of expenses. But you know what? This is part of the business. And speaking of business, I realized that I haven't finished up making my negotiation videos. So today we're going to be finishing up the series on negotiation. Ready? Let's go. Okay, let's be honest. Negotiation in the current market is pretty difficult, and frankly speaking, in some areas it's completely impossible. But knowing how to negotiate when you're in a good area can be crucial to your business. So let's jump right in. First and foremost, the power of patience. Patience is not necessarily an active negotiation tactic, but it does work if you're in a good market. For example, if you have a reefer in Dallas, Texas, or Texas in general, somewhere in Georgia or Southern California, you actually have the luxury to simply wait. Let me show you my load board. All right, let me show you. So let's put in reefer. We're gonna put, reefer. We're gonna put in somewhere like San Diego, California. Length is 53 feet. Weight is 44,000 pounds. We're gonna search back 2 hours for today. So search, and you see that there are 885 exact matches. Now let's search how many trucks are in this area. So we're gonna go to search trucks, reefer, San Diego, length 53, weight 44,000 pounds. Search, and you see that there are 81 trucks. So again, 800 some loads and 81 trucks, or almost 900 loads. So clearly in this market area for a reefer, there are way more loads than trucks. So that will also explain why the rates are like this. Do you see the rates here? Yes, the market is going to hell right now, but look at the rates out of California. They're not bad at all. Like for example, here, this is a solo load from San Diego, California, 0 miles deadhead, to Oceanside, New York. Now, of course, New York is not the best place to end up in, but nevertheless, it's a pretty good broker, good credit score. They do factor $8,600 for about 2,865 miles. That's not bad at all, and it's a one pick, one drop. Now, to give you an example of a bad state, let's look at Sumner, Washington. There are 45 loads, and there are 164 trucks. So in this area, there are way more trucks than there are loads, and that is also reflected in the rates. You will see that the rates are pretty crappy. Less than $2, less than $2, pretty much everything is less than $2 per mile. So it's very, very important to first understand what kind of market area are you in, and to do that, just search for your load out of the place you're in and search how many trucks there are in that place. So what happens in a market area like San Diego, California, for example? Well, the brokers start their day nervous because they understand the market as well, and they get
that they're about to get their accounts drained.
Now, as the day goes on, the brokers start getting even more nervous, and this is because a lot of loads have a deadline of when they need to be picked up. Now, as I mentioned before, a broker's main goal is to retain their client, the shipper or the receiver. If it's getting close to that pickup time and the broker still hasn't found a truck to actually pick up the load, the broker is not only risking his or her commission, they're also risking losing their client. So at that point, all of a sudden the loads start increasing in price, and that is what I like to call a stress sale. Now, just to give you an idea, my highest rate per mile was $12.95 per mile, and that came from a stress sale. So look right here, I'm posting the rate confirmation. As you see, some parts are blacked out, but you can see the mileage and you can see the $1,800. Basically, this is what happens when you have the ability to just wait in a good market area. Now, just like everything else, using this tactic can be a double-edged sword. Even in good market areas, waiting until 8 p.m. to book your load can cause you to lose a day. For example, in California, loads are often posted way ahead of time. The broker will post a load on Monday that can actually be picked up until Friday. So at the end of the workday, if he doesn't sell that load on a Monday, he will simply repost it for the same price or sometimes a lower price for the next day. So another important thing to note is what day of the week it is when you're booking the load. Back to my screen. All right, so we're gonna look at the market map. We're going to use reefer and we're gonna do the prior 7 days, apply filter, and we're going to look at this area of Southern California. So we'll click on it and look at this. So something you need to note is what day of the week is it? On Monday, there are a ton of loads. The reason is because the brokers are getting those orders over the weekend and they post all of those loads on Monday. And then it starts going kind of down until Friday. Friday is usually the last day a load can go out. Now, this is usually, it is of course case by case basis, but on Fridays is when brokers are super stressed because on the weekends, you see there are not a lot of loads, and this is because a lot of shippers and receivers do not work on the weekends. Everyone needs a break, correct? So be sure to be mindful of what day of the week it is. If you're booking a load on Friday, first of all, you have a ton of load options. This is because whatever didn't go out during the week is being posted on Friday, and a lot of brokers are stressed because, again, usually this is the last day the load can be picked up. This is also the day when the load rates are usually at their highest because, again, there is a huge correlation between a broker's stress level and the rate of the load. So Friday is a very good day to use the power of patience because a lot of brokers will start hiking up that load rate to get it moved by the deadline, which is again usually Friday. The next negotiation tactic might sound hilarious to some of you, but it has worked for me so many times, and I'll show you an example. I call it the surprising gifts tactic. Believe it or not, brokers are human beings too, so all that psychological messiness that comes from being a human being applies to them as well. When booking a load in an area where negotiation is possible, ask for a reasonable but higher rate that you know will get counter-offered. When that counter-offer comes, surprise the broker with a gift. I know you're thoroughly confused, so let me show you an example. Okay, I had to put these little notes here to not show any personal information, but I was talking about a load. I was inquiring about a load. So I asked about more info on this load. He told me it's pick up today by 5 p.m., delivery tomorrow morning, 40K pounds, pays 1,200. So I asked for a reasonable, but I knew this would be countered, $1,500 for this load. At that point, he countered me at $1,300, and I said that our minimum was $1,400. Obviously, I lied, but I was trying to negotiate my butt off for this load. And of course I said, P.S. I love your name. It wasn't a lie. I absolutely love his name. Kai is an awesome name. But I gave that little gift of, we'll call it kindness. And I know it's funny, but human nature is human nature. Just for his name right here, he said, if we go down an extra $50, we can take this load.
Well, you definitely named it wrong. Sounds more like a butt-kissing tactic to me than a surprise gift tactic.
Now, while you guys are sitting there thinking that I'm absolutely insane for calling this negotiation, let me explain. People are psychologically predisposed to reciprocity, which means that when someone received something, they feel the need to give something back or pay off a debt. I don't know about you guys, but when I receive a gift or something nice unexpectedly, I automatically feel like I'm indebted to that person and I need to do something nice back. This tactic definitely plays on psychology, so try it and let me know if it works for you. Finally, there's emotional anchoring.
Hi there, I see you have a truck posted from Dallas, Texas. Is that still available?
Yep, still available.
Okay, great. I have a one pick, one drop. It picks up at 6 p.m. It's frozen meat, delivers the day after tomorrow at 5 a.m., 786 loaded miles, pays $1,600.
Yeah, unfortunately, the rate is just too low for us.
Well, what would you need?
Well, you're going to probably hate me for this and think that we're absolutely insane, but I'm actually looking to go back to Arizona. Now, I can push that off, but I would need $2,100 to do this load.
Yeah, I can make that work.
The idea of emotional anchoring revolves around manipulation. You basically have to bend the broker's reality. It's actually pretty simple. Step one is to anchor the broker's emotions in preparation for loss. Be honest and mentally prepare the broker for a higher load rate. When you do that, you will trigger an aversion reflex. After all, the broker starts to gradually understand that he is about to lose a part of his commission and will do anything to avoid further loss. Once the broker is nice and scared, you have to present an opportunity where the broker can avoid any further loss. Saying something like, "Oh, I was actually not planning to go in that direction," or "Oh, we don't typically haul this kind of load, lets the broker know that you're on the edge. You might not take his load and he will lose a carrier. So when you finally present your rate, the broker is more likely to jump on that and book the load with you to avoid losing your transportation service.
You're evil. You know that? You're a manipulative bitch.
Look, something I'm reminded of pretty much every single day by one of my business partners is a quote by Herbert Bayard Swope. And he says, I cannot give you a formula for success. However, I can give you a formula for failure. Try to please everybody. Remember, you're in business to make money, not to make friends. I know it's harsh, but it's true. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope you learned something new to add to your negotiation toolbox, and I will see you all in the next video.